Okay, so hopefully we're going to be sort of stable here. Good morning. This is Sunday morning. We're here on campus, and Big Red has been like all over the place. They were together on Clark, and then they went. She left Wink there, and she went through Kennedy and Weill, and over toward Humphreys, and now she's on the move again, and so Wink has been on the move, and he's settled down. So we're going to show her here for a bit, and then if she takes off, we'll head over toward where Wink is, and he's still there. So, anywho, it's a beautiful sunny day. I think we're live. We're not sure we have anybody on yet. That's okay. Good morning. Morning, Niran. How are you? So Niran will be posting some pictures to X today. Morning, Noel. So a beautiful Big Red. She has been on the move all this morning, so we finally got her to settle down here long enough to get a stream going. She and Wink were together earlier on Clark, and he has left there, checked the north, and he's headed over elsewhere. And she has been she's been over onto Kennedy, and then over toward Weill, and then over toward Track Towers, and then over toward Humphreys, and then back again onto to campus here. So she's doing her thing, and Wink is doing his thing. I got eyes on Winker off in the distance. So they're definitely, he's got eyes on her, but she got ants in her pants this morning. So I don't know if anybody's a football fans. I know yesterday was quite the divisional round yesterday, the 2 games, and then we got a couple of games this afternoon, apparently. So Buffalo fans, sorry. I don't know, Buffalo games always in the playoffs seem to have massive amounts of controversy in them. Yeah, we got the Pats today. Who are they playing? Are they playing? They're playing the Texans, right? Are they playing the Texans? Somebody's playing the Texans today. And we have the Rams and Chicago, I think. That's going to be brutal. Somebody said that it's going, on the radio, they were saying it's going to be, like the fact the Broncos one will be an easy one for the Pats to take. Really? I don't know. We'll see. They're playing the Texans. You got to get past the Texans, though, Niran. They've got a massive defense, supposedly. And Chicago, the game's going to be like in the negatives, like minus 15 real feel today for the football game.
Are you kidding?
No.
Oh, that's disgusting. That shouldn't be allowed.
Yeah.
Why don't they have an indoor stadium?
Oh, well, they don't. It's just like Green Bay, the what do they call it, the Ice Bowl or something like that, the Super Bowl, whatever, one of the early ones. It was like minus 25 degrees. Anyway, so you got a broken ankle? When did that happen? You talking about Bo Nix? I didn't know that. That's too bad. like very much too bad. I don't know who the backup is there in Denver. Yowzer. Well, we'll see what happens in Chicago. So I'm trying to remember who's the quarterback now in Chicago, because it was that young Fields was the quarterback in Chicago. Backup is Stidham. Jarrett Stidham. Well, hopefully he steps up to the plate. Lots of injuries, actually. I mean, what's his name? One of the quarterbacks that was supposed to play or has played had like some kind of injury this week. Hadn't thrown a football all week long, so I don't know if he's already played or will be playing. Who's the quarterback in New England, Niren? You know, people aren't really that interested in this, but you and I can chat about this for a minute or two here.
I think Winker's still over there.
I think so. Drake May, is that your guy in New England? Or is he the one that was injured, sort of? He's your Brady. So was he the one that was having an injury this week in practice? Or is he okie doke? Yeah, Big Red's been all over the place this morning. So this is the longest she's sat anywhere by far. Everything is good for today. Awesome. Good morning, Tink. How are you? The big, beautiful Big Red. Morning. Look at her up in the sunshine there. She's gorgeous, right? Yeah. So you got to check out yesterday's last stream with Doodle. You'll see they were up there on Wing Drive and right in front of Wing Hall, and Big Red and Wink were there together, and then they got all worked up. And I think actually Big Red was probably in the tree. Wink was on ETT2, I think. And he swooped down, and we were way at a distance, but it seemed like he knocked some bird, not a squirrel, but a bird like out of a tree. And when we got there, Big Red and Wink were sitting together in the tree, like down low, and just couldn't get them together. Get them on stream, but yeah, I really do think it was Doodle. Very slender, beautiful young bird, and he was like, when we got up there, they went up. They left the branch and went up together onto the buildings, and then Wink flew off. And just like a minute later, I stopped the stream, and a minute later, this young adult with beautiful eyes, which we think is pretty much Doodle, landed like 15 feet away from me, and was like looking all around, and then Wink got all worked up. He came back, and he was floating above BR, and then he suddenly stooped, and he like just knocked Doodle out of the tree. and chased him south and stuff. So yeah, far more likely to have been Doodle based on the appearance, with the eyes and the eye beautiful bright eyes and the tail and the slenderness and the eyebrows, everything. So we're going with Doodle, Occam's razor, right? And quite amazing. Yeah, think so. You can check it out for yourself on the stream, because I got some views of the bird for sure on the YouTube, and I got the I believe I got the action of Wink, like I think I had it on the scope on Doodle when Wink blew down through. So anywho, these guys are here. Good morning, Ann. How are you? Wink is across the quad area. So we're going to show Mom here. She is in the sun. We are not. And I'm almost tempted to move. See if I stand in the sun up there, am I going to be able to see her? Okay, we're going to go in the sun. Trying to get a little bit of heat on me here.
Otherwise, you could get behind the branches.
Oh, much nicer. Much nicer. Let's see if I can find her. There she is. Okay. She's in the sun. We're in the sun. Things are better. Yep. You think so? She's been all over the place this morning. Started on Clark and went to Kennedy, and then went to Weill, and then went to the track towers, and then went to Humphreys, and now they're back on campus. Tink says hi. She says hi. Back to you, Tink. Well, I guess Patriots, everybody's going to have to be playing their top game here today, because I don't know if the Patriots have played the Texans or not this season. I assume so, but don't know. Yeah, Winker's still up on his perch. Oh. morning. All right, so are there any Buffalo or Broncos fans on here with us this morning? Some seriously controversial calls yesterday in the Broncos game. I don't know about the Seattle 49ers game. Seattle won, I believe. That was a high-scoring game. So I think today is the Patriots versus Texans. I guess you guys are playing down south somewhere, right? Where it's warm. And then the Rams are playing both lost because the Broncos will be an easy takedown for the pass. Nearin, that is true, except you got to get past the Texans. Anyway. And the bus is blocking our view here. Just be patient. Okay. Oh, okay. So 2 northern games. Is it gonna be as cold today in Ma as it is in Chicago? Yeah, to get the dust off of the. I see. Okay. Well, unfortunately, all I can do is like. Okay. So wing's still up on his tower. 34 today. Oh, that's nothing. It's going to be like way below. What? Well, you're in the shade. Somebody said on the radio it's going to be like in the real feel minus 15 in Chicago. I know I keep repeating myself, so whatever. So yes, the Artemis rocket is rolled out to the pad. So that's going to be awaiting soon a launch to take the astronauts around the moon. So they're not going to land on the moon, but it's going to be a 10-day mission. So what, Seattle will be playing the winner of either Los Angeles or Chicago, is that correct? Yeah, so anyway, they're going to be flying around the moon, and I think that supposedly they're going to be going further out in space beyond the moon than anybody's gone before, like 7,000. That's not a lot. Okay, it's not a lot, but you know, I mean, like 7,500 kilometers beyond the dark side of the moon. So 10 days, it's quite a long time, but I'm just, people are talking about Mars, right? So getting to Mars is it's like months flying there, right? I don't know. We'll see. I'm all for the idea of trying stuff, but the 49ers got whooped. Whooped? What was the score? 48-46? So, what has gotten like totally out of control, like literally out of control, is college football. 41-6. Oh, really? Oh my gosh. They really did get whooped. That's like an Indiana score. Good morning, Fraser baby. I think I'm pretty good on sauerkraut. To answer your question, I'll double check, but I think I'm doing okay. But thank you for asking. So we've got Big Red here, and she's in a happy place. She and Wink started off on Clark, and then she got ants in her pants and went to Kennedy, and then she went to Weill, then she went to the track towers, then she went to Humphreys, and now she's back over here. And Wink is across the way on one of his towers. So if you didn't, like I mentioned earlier, if you didn't have a chance to see yesterday's last stream, we had Doodled there on the Wing Drive, and BR and Wink were there together, and Wink swooped Doodle out of the tree there, right in front of Wing Hall, little guy. So who's going to win today? Is it going to be Chicago or Los Angeles? Chicago. Oh, really? Okay. Is that because you're a fan, Tink, or is that just an objective evaluation? Oh, I like the OE. All right, we'll go with the objective evaluation. Somehow I was never receiving notice when Jeffrey says subscription button was on. History says that they have won 55 times and the Rams 39. Okay. So who's the quarterback now in Chicago? And who's the quarterback in LA? Is it Stafford? Is Stafford in LA or Stafford in 49ers? Sorry. Who are the two quarterbacks in this game? I guess is my question. So Big Ray is like totally parked here. She was like not parked. We were going all over the place with her earlier. Caleb Williams. Okay, and Stafford. Oh, so Caleb seems to have gotten it together. That's good. Stafford's a cool cucumber. I'm trying to remember how well he does when he is pressured. Hi. Got it. All right, so Wink is still over on his tower. So for those of you who still work, I guess tomorrow's Martin Luther King Day. I didn't realize it was until somebody said on Friday, hey, have a good long weekend. So if you guys aren't, exercising your glutes, you got to make sure you do that, so you have real good stability when you're walking and everything. We don't want no wobbly walkers out there among you. For you guys, it helps keep your pants up, right? So we're watching on Prime the PBS Masterpiece, remake of All Creatures Great and Small. Very nice. I mean, you get the first season free, right? So we'll probably just do the first season, but it's very charming. It's a nice cast, beautiful setting. Nicely done. It's much more placid than the Bang Bang shoot-ups that we've been watching. We watched a lot of Christmas romances over break.
We have company coming.
Oh, here comes a crow. It is, Anne. Isn't it nice? Yep, crow went right by her. Not too far away. No, I don't think so. I think it's a PBS Masterpiece. I mean the Hallmark. I mean, like for the holiday romances. No, just whatever was coming up. Like Christmas on the Ranch, Love on the Ranch, Christmas Prince, all of that kind of stuff. Good morning, Charlotte. How are you? Charlotte, we were just here with Big Red. She's been all over the place this morning. Oh, I gotta do something. I gotta turn something on here. So what did you get? Well, it's awfully nice to have you on, Charlotte. So Big Red and Wink started off on Clark, just to get you up real quick, and then Big Red got antsy and she took off, and we chased her over to Kennedy, and then she went to Weill, and then she went to the West Track Towers, and she went over to Humphreys, and now she's back over here on her tree. And Wink, he went north when we got back here after all her journey. He went north, and then he wound up over on one of his towers. So that's where he is, and he is within visual sighting of her. They can see each other. It was very nice. So she had ants in her pants this morning, but now she's been sitting here for, well, probably about 45 minutes, I would say. She keeps acting like she wants to do some hunting down below, but not so much. So Charlotte, if you didn't see yesterday's stream, well, we had three streams. One longer one in the morning, which was BR over by Lincoln, Rand, Baker, that area. It's just south of the Thurston Bridge. And then she moved her way across into the Arts Quad area. And then later on we caught up with them. Then they took off and went south of campus, and then we caught up with Wink on East Track Tower 2, and then by the nest, and then, well, near the nest area, and then he stooped down east toward Wing Drive, and we were right by the nest, and so he was like flying away from us, and in the distance it looked like he knocked a bird out of a tree there along Wing Drive. So we raced up there to actually start a stream, and lo and behold, we found Wink and BR sitting together on the lowest branch of a tree right in front of Wing Hall there along Wing Drive. And so we were trying to get that going, and suddenly they both took off and landed on the buildings, and we were wondering, well, what was that all about? And so did that little stream there with them for a couple of minutes, and then suddenly a young bird came and landed in the tree that they had been sitting on the branch that they'd been sitting on. And it turned out to be Doodle, and Wink had taken off earlier, and now he came back, and he was floating above BR, above both of them, and then he folded his wings and he stooped. So this was on our third little stream. He stooped down and knocked Doodle out of the tree and chased Doodle all around, and then south, and then southwest. So, and then BR spent quite a bit of time up. We didn't find Doodle again, and Wink was along Campus Road and stuff like that, and doing some hunting off stream. But anyway, that was pretty fascinating. They are definitely getting into pre-nesting season mode. So, Charlotte, I know you're a big Chicago Bears fan, so I know you're looking forward to today's game against Los Angeles. Oh, Charlotte. Well, this stream is a safe place for everybody, whether you're a football fan or not. Appreciate the honesty. So you do realize that this is a big opportunity for Chicago Bears. It doesn't come too often. Hi, Kathy. So it's always been kind of like them. How about them Detroit Tigers, right? And it was for a long time. How about them Boston Red Sox? Until they started winning. And Detroit Lions forever. So Charlotte, if you do have some kind of a subscription, which I don't, so I can't watch these games, unfortunately, but if you do, you might enjoy the... oh, I understand. You might enjoy the game because it's going to be like... you'll be shaking, you'll be scratching your head saying, how come these grown men are out there in minus 15 degrees or more wind chill, playing football. So you never know, you might become a fan after all, but I do agree. The Chicago Symphony, pretty awesome stuff. So, what was? Do you know what the Bears song was? Do the Chicago Bears have a theme song? A fight song? Maybe. So what's the concert hall that the CSO plays in Charlotte? Okay, there you go, Kathy. So I personally like a mixture. I like this lineup this year in the divisional round because you have kind of a mixture of old teams and new teams. Oh, it used to be called Orchestra. So what's it called? It might have been. It used to be called Orchestra Hall, and now it's called Symphony Hall. And it has dreadful acoustics. Well, that's a shame. I mean, I like the simple names, right? The CSO will be performing in Symphony Hall today. Brahms' Fourth Symphony. I do like the names though. It's very, very charming. Anyway, I do like the fact that teams like Detroit and Chicago, are on the move again, or for the first time in years and years and years and years. Member of the CSO Alumni Association admitted as an orchestra brat because my late father was a member of the orchestra. What did your dad play? Was he a cellist also, or what did he play? Yes, thanks for sending out the email with the links. I think those were X links, but yes, or were they maybe our YouTubes? I'm not sure. But it's super helpful to have a nice digest of that for people to watch. We try to put things into playlists on YouTube for sure. All right. Well, is he still there? Okay. Viola. Okay. I have a ton of viola jokes, though, Charlotte. So, Charlotte, can I tell a viola joke, please? Actually, some people do that because violin is, if you have like very slender fingers, it goes pretty easily. If you have bigger fingers, not so much. I mean, people like Perlman, I remember he told me, he said he used to have to like slide his fingers out of the way and stuff like that, which is kind of, no, viola's a bigger violin. So if you have bigger hands, viola is much more straightforward to play on. I would struggle with cello. I would struggle with cello. Those strings are just too big for me to press. Charlotte, can I tell a viola joke? Good morning, Heidi. Okay, here we go. I'm probably going to tell two, but anyway. So here's the first one. So how do you know somebody has perfect pitch? It's when you're able to throw a viola into a dumpster and not hit the rim. Was that good? I'm waiting for Charlotte. Well, this is Big Red, but we did have Doodle yesterday, which was pretty awesome. So I'm not getting any reaction from Charlotte. Oh, Charlotte might have. Okay. Okay, I got another one for you, Charlotte. How do you tell if the stage at Symphony Hall is level? Well, the answer is when the principal violist drools evenly from each side of his mouth. You're right, Niren. I'll stop there. My Big Red is like, she's like been looking. She's been up here like forever, thinking that she might do a little bit of hunting and stuff like that. I agree, Kathy. I agree. Yes, the perfect pitch one was better, more charming. Oh, baseball fan, huh? All right, well, kids. Well, I don't know any violin jokes. All right, who's got a violin joke? Let's play fair and square. Yeah, an interesting story about the new floor on the stage at Symphony Hall when the hall was renovated. The floor was replaced with maple wood for its resonant qualities. I love that. Well, it's too bad you don't like the acoustics there, because I don't know if it's like an older hall, because the older halls generally had really nice acoustics. We lived in when I lived back home in Omaha, and they have a beautiful symphony hall now, a modern one. They've had one for, I don't know, 25, 30 years, something like that. And they have a terrific symphony there. Belly violins, violas, and cellos. That is correct. And then you have spruce on top, I think. But anyway, we played at an old Orpheum Theater, which was just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Big, big theater. And acoustics were spectacular in there. And we'd have symphonies come through, obviously, right? And they would say, you know, this is like the best acoustics between New York and Los Angeles. So they really enjoyed playing there. All right, well, listen, I'm getting kind of cold here. So beautiful big red is up in her tree, and Wink was over there on McGraw, and they can see each other. And so, anywho, she's been all over the place, from Clark to Kennedy to Weill to the whatchamacallem. To the track towers, over to Humphreys, and back over to here. So she's in one of her favorite spots here in the well, she's off she goes. Hello, beautiful. Off she goes. All right, and with that, we're gonna. I think, well, we're probably gonna say goodbye because she's gonna be off and running. So you guys take care, and we'll see ya.